Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. I was on a live stream earlier today with Candel Studios and Stuart, who was the original designer and concept artist who created that wonderful Eternos playset, fully realized by Candel Studios earlier this week. And we had a wonderful discussion about how all of that came from concept to completion, what our thoughts were on the brand new designs that are coming out Fast and Furious from the Master Universe Origins and Masterverse collection. During that time when we were having a discussion, Chef M80 pointed out that something just popped up on MattelCreations.com, and guys, I gotta tell you, I was super excited when I saw that Vykron had actually shown up on MattelCreations.com, and I wanted to take a deep dive into that and take a look at what was announced today. Guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post up to 2 episodes a week, and hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. Guys, without further ado, let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was posted up on MattelCreations.com celebrating the history of Master Universe. Let's have a look. I want to give a huge shout out to a good friend of the channel, Chef M80, who during the live stream we had this afternoon pointed out that this was actually a thing, and I sort of made light of the fact that sometimes he drops in a joke here or there, and I was kind of unsure as to whether or not he was joking about this particular drop. But heading over to the Master Universe official Facebook page, scrolling down from the top, we can see that Chef M80 was indeed correct. Master Universe has announced that the Barbarian, the Eagle, and the Spaceman, one legendary gladiator, 3 separate looks. With Masterverse, new attorney of Vykron, you have the power. This is crazy, everybody. Heading over to MattelCreations.com, we can indeed see that in 5 days, 20 hours and 26 minutes, the Ultimate Gladiator arrives as the attorney and champion, Master of the Universe, Masterverse, Vykron. This is absolutely insane, everybody. Holy crap. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what we're dealing with here, everybody. There he is. There is Vykron in his 3 distinctive forms. The Barbarian, the Spaceman, and the Eagle. If you don't know much about the history of Vykron, I do suggest you checking out Toy Connections on YouTube. Ken just did an entire retrospective on Vykron, the He-Man who never was. In cooperation with ToyHabits.com, they go over the entire history of Vykron and his significance in the history of the Masters of the Universe. You can also head over to ToyHabits.com to read all about this particular release and learn more about the history of Vykron, from Mark Taylor's original sketches all the way to Roger Sweet's maquettes, which were created as a pitch to Mattel CEO Ray Wagner at the time. Guys, this is a wonderful read. Definitely head over to ToyHabits.com as well as Toy Connections on YouTube. Give them both a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Heading back to Mattel Creations, we do see the 3 iterations of Vykron, and I want to take a deep dive into each of these versions individually, starting off with the Barbarian. This is Vykron as he appears in the Masterverse. Holy crap, everybody. This is incredible. I love the updated look for Vykron here. He looks so well put together. Especially the actual helmet he wears. It no longer resembles a chalice which has just been plopped on top of his head. It really does resemble more of a Mongolian style of helmet. I love the fact that it really wraps around his overall face, pressing his long hair against his cheeks. It looks so unique in the overall mythos of the Master Universe, and I love it. He also comes with a soft goods fleece, which was noted by Mikkel of Candel Studios as probably being shared with King Grayskull, who was released earlier in the line. We can also see that Vykron is actually sporting what would soon become the straps for He-Man in later iterations. The Iron Cross itself, as well as the additional square pieces, would later become crimson in nature, becoming cordite as part of the Master Universe mythos. He does include that wonderful looking axe, which is of course a signature piece of the original character sculpted by Roger Sweet for the original pitch meeting at Mattel. The Vykron figure is based on the original buck created for He-Man in the Masterverse line. This is not the updated buck for the 40th anniversary He-Man, as it has the smaller chest, but still looks wonderful in its overall design. Moving down further, we can actually see he does include those shin pads with the Iron Cross heraldry, very similar to the way they looked in the original maquette sculpture by Roger Sweet. And I love this photograph here. It really does bring in all those elements together. The fact that he's in the wilderness a barbarian free in the world, owing allegiance to no one, Vykron's design really does harken back to a type of Conan-esque Cimmerian warrior out to make his fortune, whether by stealing or pillaging, and in Vykron's case, becoming a gladiator in the ring, claiming each of his victories, armor, and weapons for his very own. This is so great, and a wonderful nod to the history of Masters Universe. Vykron is also included with this wonderful backdrop, which depicts an alien world. There is a city in the background, which is very much sci-fi inspired, and it's kind of hard to tell whether this is actually somewhere on Eternia or if it's another world entirely. I do love the moons in the background, which are very Eternian-esque, but the overall color scheme and design really does harken more to a Frank Frazetta type of fantasy design, and it really is a wonderful addition to this set. Vykron seems to be standing on his accessories box, where all of his additional packouts, including the Eagle armor as well as the Spaceman armor, are packed for safekeeping. Vykron, the ultimate Eternian champion. Mattel really has taken a wild departure on the Spaceman. Gone are the telltale signs of it being inspired by Star Wars and Boba Fett. The original design itself was pretty much blatant in its attempt to disguise a Boba Fett helmet and backpack, which was sort of tongue-in-cheek replicated with the Masters Universe Classics Edition, just barely making the effort of a differentiation of a Boba Fett style helmet, adding additional ridges to the top. However, we do know now Mandalorian helmets can vary with just slight different touches, and this could easily fit in with a Mandalorian style helmet. Mattel has gone the opposite direction entirely this time, drawing in pieces of its own history, in fact, as we can tell that this version of the Spaceman takes inspiration from Zodak with these small antennae and ear covers, and the helmet rebreather taking a lot of inspiration from its own history with Castle Grayskull, and the spacesuit, which was included as a cardboard cutout, being brought into 3D with the Classics Castle Grayskull playset, and finally realized as an actual figure in the Master Universe Origins collection for the San Diego Comic-Con Mysteries of Grayskull set. We can see here that the rebreather really is an integral part of the spacesuit, and examining further, the Spaceman armor itself seems to have inspired this new armor set for Vykron, as the shoulders and little details, particularly the rebreather on his chest, seem to echo that design from past iterations of the suit. This version of the Spaceman suit also comes with these forearm gauntlets adorned with rather large orbs on the side of the forearms. This is a new part of the design, as both the original maquette along with the Master Universe Classics version are not included with any of these details. It should be also noted that the gun which is included with the Spaceman is more science fiction inspired, which is in stark contrast to the militaristic style of weapon which I noted in my last review, as this weapon seems to harken more of a Earth style of gun rather than this new futuristic style space ray gun. And the other elf of the room in terms of its connection with Star Wars is of course the jetpack, here completely reimagined as a more sleeker jetpack with a missile at the top instead of a grappling hook and two smaller wings. To be perfectly honest with you though, I think this is actually more closer to the design of the current Mandalorian jetpacks compared to the Classics jetpack, which really tried to change the overall appearance, adding additional thruster sets, a much more elongated neck as a sort of grapple hook, and these really accentuated wings, differentiating this one completely from a Mandalorian. This one, although different, still sort of gives me shades of a Mandalorian backpack. It should be noted as well that the Spaceman no longer comes with his shin pads, which were featured heavily in the original maquettes, as well as a feature on the Master Universe Classics Edition. It's not a deal breaker for me at all, but I would have really liked to see that as it would have completed the overall look for the Spaceman. Completing the set of Vykron is the Eagle armor, and I have to tell you, this armor set really is the most different out of all of the three armors that are included with Vykron, particularly in the head. Instead of the original tank design for Vykron, Mattel has decided to lean into the Eagle moniker and include this huge Eagle helmet for Vykron. I made a bit of an observation that I really hope these are not actually cannons and that they're laser turrets. If you were to fire cannons at this proximity to your ears, you would probably go deaf as Vykron. I really am loving this overall design. You can open up the mouth to see Vykron's head or close it completely to protect him from any sort of attack. The armor set seems to be brand new tooling, and even though it does have this callback to Man at Arms. It does actually have all the earmarks of the original Vykron. I really like these wonderful little mechanical touches, like these armatures which are attaching his shoulder pauldrons, the waist piece which holds everything together, and of course the gauntlets, which are references to what would later become the Palace Guards and Man-at-Arms. Vykron also includes those crazy shin pads, which are much more toned down in comparison to the original Vykron concept, then carried over to the Master Universe Classics, which end up looking more like missile silos in my opinion. These also did not actually strap on, they were friction fitted to the legs, and I am glad that these versions actually do strap on through the back. Vykron is also sporting this unusual weapon. Neither myself, Mikkel, or Stu could figure out what the heck this is. Is it a battering ram? Is it a torture device which snips off parts of your bodies? Or does the mouth open to reveal a cannon on the inside? We just could not figure it out, but it looks completely mad and I love it. I have to say, this particular photo really has a lot of atmosphere in it. There is Vykron standing beside a downed Wind Raider. Whether he shot it himself or he landed and is escaped and firing back at his opponents, we'll never know. But the atmosphere here is just ridiculous. A wasteland of a battlefield littered with debris, the Wind Raider in the back, smoldering in its green mist, and there is Vykron in the middle of it all, goading his opponents to come at him. Just beautiful. I do wonder if our good friend Brandon Yoon was responsible for any of this. Bravo to the artists, photography, and design teams at Mattel. You guys are doing amazing work. Oh my goodness. Vykron is able to remove the eagle helmet, revealing that he's not only wearing one helmet, he's actually wearing two, giving himself added protection at all times. Once again, my hat is tipped to the photography team. I love the atmosphere in all of these wonderful shots. Here are all the accessories included with Vykron. The Barbarian Packout, which includes the fleece, which are soft goods, the strap set, the wrist gauntlets, the wristbands, the two shin pads, and his signature axe. Eagle, which comes with that crazy helmet, the two forearm gauntlets, the body armor, and his shin pads, along with that crazy unknown type of weapon. Beautiful stuff. And the Spaceman, which comes with the jetpack, the rebreather helmet armor, the two forearm gauntlets, and that beautiful new ray gun attachment. Missing are the two shin pads, but I think that this pack-out is wonderfully realized in the Masterverse line. The artwork on the box is beautifully realized in that Frank Frazetta style. I'm not sure who did the artwork, but it's wonderfully realized, and my hat is tipped to you, my friend. This is just absolutely amazing, and I really do love all of the wonderful box art that's coming out of Master Universe. Just absolutely incredible. It is unfortunate for inbox collectors who will not be able to see the figure, but the artwork really makes up for that, and I hope that that is a consolation prize. Vykron here is going on in less than 5 days, guys. The figure goes on sale on June 6, 2023 at 9 a.m. Pacific time for only $35, everybody. Limit of 3 per customer. This is something not to be missed, everybody. A huge nod to the history of Master Universe. Don't sleep on this. Set your alarms for June 6th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, guys. This character is going to go fast, as he really is the genesis of the Master Universe, and I hope that everyone who wants to get a copy of Vykron is able to do so. And I, for one, cannot wait to add him to my collection. Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy. Eagle, in my opinion, is one of the best parts of this pack out, and I gotta tell you, they finally leaned into the eagle idea. Although it could be an eagle or it could be a reptilian, I don't know, but it looks amazing all the same. And the rest of the pack out is absolutely amazing. Huge shout out to Chef M80 for pointing that out, and of course, a bit of an apology because I thought he was just joking. I wouldn't have known that this had actually been posted if it wasn't for him. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I want to give another huge shout out to Candel and Stuart for being my guest this afternoon. It was a wonderful discussion. Guys, I will have links in the description below so you guys can watch our interview. It was so riveting and amazing. I love all the work that all of the artists and fans are doing to keep the spirit of Master Universe alive in 2023. But that doesn't seem to be a problem, considering that Mattel keeps bringing out amazing figures like Vykron, who will be available very, very soon. Less than 5 days, guys. So guys, do not sleep on this. Mark your calendars down, because on June 6th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Vykron will go on sale on MattelCreations.com. There's a limit of 3 per customer and only $35 each. It's an absolute steal for what you're getting. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys super excited that Vykron is coming to the Master Universe Masterverse collection and that we can have them very soon in our own collections? Are you satisfied with the pack out the way it is? I mean, I'm sort of a little bit disappointed that the shin pads didn't get included with the Spaceman, but everything else seems to be intact. Are you guys going to be putting down your money for the Vykron set, which will go on sale in less than 5 days? Are you guys actually disappointed in this release and it's not something that you connect with, considering it's just such a deep, deep, deep cut, and you'd rather have more of a mainline figure taking its place? And are you also disappointed that this is plastic-free packaging and you'd rather be able to see the character in a cellophane window so that you can be a inbox collector and have this displayed on your shelf proper? Guys, please leave those comments in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJRetro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Vykron, the genesis of the Masters of the Universe. Good journey. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.